Ever wish you could just sit down with your dog, and have a real heart-to-heart about what actually works during training?
Yeah, skip all the guesswork.
Exactly. Well, today we're diving into a source that feels like it does just that.
Oh, this is going to be good.
You shared this with us. It's written as if your dog could tell you straight up, hey, this is what makes training click for me.
I love that.
You were specifically looking for ways to connect with your dog on a deeper level, through more effective training. And let me tell you, this source, it's like a window into their minds.
Really getting into that dog perspective.
100%. And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
I was really struck by how this source flips the script. Instead of another human expert telling us how to train, we're hearing it straight from the dog's mouth, so to speak.
Right.
And it really highlights those human habits that we might not even realize are confusing or frustrating for our dogs.
Totally. We're so used to thinking from our own perspective, it's easy to miss those little things that make a huge difference to them.
It's a real eye-opener.
So today, we're putting on our dog whisperer hats, setting aside all the fancy training jargon, and getting down to the nitty-gritty. What are we doing that's making them tilt their heads in confusion?
Oh.
What makes those tails wag with, aha, I get it?
Those light bulb moments.
Exactly. We're extracting those golden nuggets of wisdom from this dog's eye view to give you actionable, practical strategies for a smoother, happier training experience.
Awesome. Because, let's be honest, we all want that.
Right. Who doesn't want a well-trained, happy pup?
So where do we start? Well, our canine narrator kicks things off with something I think a lot of us are guilty of, using a million different words for the same command. Sit down, park it, the list goes on.
Oh yeah, totally guilty.
And from the dog's perspective, it's like, wait, are these all different things? What are you even asking me to do?
Right. And it seems so obvious when you think about it. We do it all the time.
We think they understand we mean the same thing, but to them, every word, every syllable can sound completely different.
Like we're speaking a foreign language they're trying to decipher.
It's funny because studies have shown that dogs don't process language the same way we do. We can understand synonyms and subtle nuances.
Right, context and all that.
But dogs, they're much more literal. Each sound activates a different pathway in their brain. So sit and sit down, even though we mean the same thing, are processed as completely separate commands.
So simple fix, huge impact.
Mm-hmm.
Pick one word per command and stick to it like glue.
Absolutely. Consistency is key. Sit, stay, come. Everyone in the household uses the same word every single time.
Makes it so much clearer for them.
And speaking of clarity, timing is another big one our source brings up. They're saying even a slight delay in our response, a few seconds late with the praise or the correction.
It throws them off completely.
Because those few seconds to us, that's a lifetime in dog time.
Right, they've already moved on to sniffing that interesting leaf or whatever caught their attention.
They're living in the moment, and that delayed good boy or no just doesn't register as connected to the action.
So that instant feedback, that 1 second window they talk about, it's not an exaggeration. It's crucial for them to connect the dots.
It's about creating that clear cause and effect relationship in their minds.
So we need to be on our A game, ready to deliver that treat or that yes or that gentle correction the moment they do the thing.
You've got to be quick.
No daydreaming allowed during training sessions, right?
Now get ready for this one because I know I've done this a million times. It's the accidental reinforcement trap.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Our dog narrator gives this example. The dog barks at the mail carrier, right? And we rush over, all worried, saying, it's okay, in that high-pitched, soothing voice.
Oh, I know that voice.
But to the dog, they're hearing, yay, you're doing great, keep barking.
It's like we're cheering them on.
And another one, absent-mindedly petting them while saying down when they jump up.
Oh, the mixed signals.
We're trying to discourage the jumping, but at the same time, we're giving them attention.
And for dogs, attention is often a reward in itself.
Even negative attention, like a scolding voice or pushing them away, it's still engagement.
So we've got to be so mindful of what we're unintentionally reinforcing.
Become aware of those subtle cues we're giving.
Our dog source says, ignore the unwanted behaviors as much as possible and really go all out with the positive reinforcement when they do something good.
Make those desired behaviors super rewarding.
And this next point, I think we all relate to this. Short and sweet training sessions.
Our dog is basically saying, don't bore me to death with endless drills.
Yeah, their attention spans are definitely not like ours.
Forcing them through those long, repetitive sessions, it's a recipe for frustration.
They're going to zone out. We're going to get frustrated. nobody wins.
So break those training goals down into bite-sized chunks.
Little bursts throughout the day.
3 to 5 minutes, a few times a day. Keep it fun, mix it up, and end on a high note.
Leave them wanting more.
It's like snacking on knowledge instead of being force-fed a giant meal.
I love that analogy.
Hmm.
Now, what about when our dogs seem, you know, stubborn?
Ugh, the S word.
Right. But our source reminds us that what we might see as defiance is often just their natural instincts kicking in.
That squirrel they just have to chase.
The leash pulling.
It's not them being difficult, it's just them being dogs.
So instead of getting annoyed or resorting to punishment, we need to work with those instincts.
Meet them where they are.
Our source suggests things like rewarding them for checking in with us, even when distractions are present.
Making ourselves more interesting than that squirrel.
Exactly. Now, what about when they just plank on a command they clearly know in other settings?
This one's interesting. Our dog narrator suggests it might not be stubbornness, but more a lack of practice in different environments.
So they know sit in the quiet living room, but when we're at the park with all the sights and sounds and smells.
It's like they're learning it all over again.
So patience is key, right? Break it down. Gradually introduce those distractions. And remember, every new environment is a new challenge.
And just like us, they need time to adjust and practice.
Now, this next one resonated with me. The emotional leash. Our canine author highlights how sensitive they are to our moods during training.
They pick up on everything.
Our stress, our frustration.
If we're tense, they're tense. And that can shut down their learning completely.
So check yourself before you wreck yourself, right?
Exactly. Bring your calm, happy energy to those training sessions.
And if you're having a bad day, maybe skip it altogether. Our mood really does travel right down that leash.
It's a partnership, after all.
Now let's talk about a fundamental principle. Positive reinforcement.
The foundation of good training.
Our dog guide is pretty clear. Punishment, focusing on what not to do, can create fear and actually hinder learning.
It's about teaching, not punishing.
So reward those good behaviors. Treats, craze, toys, whatever gets your dog excited.
Positive reinforcement creates a fun, encouraging atmosphere.
And in that environment, they're much more eager to learn.
It's all about building that positive association.
Okay, switching gears a bit. Our dog source also talks about the importance of mental stimulation.
Because physical exercise isn't always enough.
They're saying those digging frenzies or chewing sprees, it might be their way of saying, hey, I need more brain work.
They need mental challenges just like we do.
So puzzle toys, set games, new tricks.
Anything to keep those brains engaged.
A tired mind often leads to a well-behaved dog.
Makes sense. Now this one's fascinating. Our source points out that we often underestimate the power of our body language.
It speaks louder than words.
In many ways, yes. They're constantly watching our posture, our gestures.
Picking up on those subtle cues.
So if we say come, but we're leaning back or tense,
Mixed messages.
they're more likely to trust what our body is saying than our words.
So face them, make eye contact, use clear hand signals.
Make sure your whole body is communicating the same message.
Now, our canine author has given us their recipe for amazing learning.
Laying it all out for us.
Small steps, celebrate every win, make it fun, clear signals, short sessions, introduce distractions slowly, and above all, patience.
It's about setting them up for success.
And finally, the ultimate motivation for our furry friends.
What really gets them going?
Our source says it's not just treats. It's our praise, our happy reactions,
That desire to please us.
that bond we share.
So genuine enthusiasm, a warm smile, those are the real rewards.
Training is about strengthening that connection, building understanding.
Creating a true partnership.
So we've really gone deep today, exploring all these insights from your dog's perspective. Consistency, timing, avoiding accidental reinforcement, keeping it short and fun, understanding their instincts, working with their non-responsiveness, being mindful of our own emotions, embracing positive reinforcement, the power of mental stimulation, the language of our bodies, and ultimately that incredible desire to make us happy.
It's a whole new way of looking at training.
And it all boils down to seeing the world through their eyes.
Understanding how they think and learn.
So here's something to ponder. Knowing your dog wants to connect with you, to please you, how can you shift your approach to make training a truly enjoyable experience for both of you? What's one small change you can make today, inspired by these insights, that will make your next training session even better? It's all about putting yourself in their paws and seeing the world from their perspective.